So another day done, and yes, we're still in lockdown, and yes, I'm still lucky enough to be working. I can't see it lasting much longer, but at the moment I'm still travelling to work. On my new bike, which I'm loving. My 2019 V-Strom 1000 with a capital F for 1000, and it's a lot of room there. And it's beautiful. It's it feels a lot more nimble than the last one. I don't know whether I'm just dreaming of beautifulness or the fact that they may have done something to the frame or suspension, but it does seem to be a little bit more eager to go round bends than the last one. And it's definitely more responsive, and I don't know whether that is because it is a new engine and they've done a bit of tweaking and stuff to it, or whether the old bike was a sack of shit. As I said in previous videos, there is I did have a load of electrical problems with it. Whether one of those was something to do with ignition, I don't know, but or the ignition timing, should I say. But yes, it's definitely feels more responsive, more lively on the throttle, but I haven't been able to test it as well as I'd like to, because it hasn't had its first service yet. I bought it with 200 miles on it, and it's now done 628. So 28 miles ago I should have had the first service done, and due to the lockdown everything is shut down. The garage I bought it from is trying to set up a day for what is it? It's not necessary workers, key workers. A day of key workers going in and getting their bikes serviced or whatever. And I'm waiting to hear about that. Hopefully he'll phone me sometime this week and say, yep, that's all possible. But if not, I've either got to get the oil and filter myself, and sort it myself, or behave myself. Which is very difficult because the roads are very quiet and the weather is beautiful. After the amount of weekends we've just had storm after storm after storm, the last weekend was the hottest this year by far. It was roasting, and I've got the very red face to prove it. It was absolutely roasting, which did enable me to get on with my shed. We're building my shed. Well, let's call it a workshop. Let's not call it a shed anymore. It's a workshop. Because the shed's like this and the workshop's just a bit bigger, isn't it? So it's got to be a workshop now. But yes, there's five panels that make up the sides, and I built 3 of them, and I've creosoted the roof the roof panels, should I say. I haven't creosoted the roof, and yeah, it's well on its way. And next weekend being Easter weekend, we've got a 4-day weekend. So that will be that, and it's meant to be really nice weather as well, which is equally as gorgeously lovely. Which would be fantastic. If the weather stays good, I reckon another two, maybe 2.5 days, and the workshop will be built. Which will be amazing. All that extra room. I don't know whether I'm going to have extra storage space because it's only 8 foot wide, 15 foot long but 8 foot wide. So I don't know whether there'll be room for a bike on a ramp and shelves and room for my fat ass to get past the bike. But I'm not so worried about the storage. I've got enough storage as it is. So that's good enough. I just need the space to get 2 bikes in there, and then I've got one that can be on sort of long-term maintenance and fixing, like the Gix 1000 project. That needs the tank paint and everything, so that can be taking up half the shed, and I've still got the other half of the workshop to do maintenance and everything on the other bikes. So whether it's pissing hard or not, I won't have an excuse for not doing the maintenance. Not that I've got a very good excuse anyway. But yes, that's coming right along. The old woman was out there. She creosoted all the roof panels for me, the shuttering ply that I'm going to use for the roof. And helped me screw the planks on, which was lovely. Working together on a beautiful day. Do you need some more exhaust on there to go a bit faster then, or what? What are we doing? Fuck. Little fucking sports car doing bloody 30 mile an hour. Perhaps it's too bumpy. Worried about ripping his exhaust off. So yes, the shed is well underway. So happy with the amount of progress made this weekend. And as I say, next weekend, it should be put together. And then I can start planning out buying motorcycle ramps and more tools and more toys. Oh, I'm in heaven. As long as I don't get the coronavirus. That will really fuck up my plans, especially if I die from it. Jesus. But yeah, that is a big concern. What with my mum just coming out of hospital after some quite major surgery and having COPD as well, and my wife being type 1 diabetic, and I've had pneumonia, so we're all doomed. We're all doomed. We're all doomed. We're all doomed. Oh no. So yeah, mine's definitely not the household to contract the coronavirus, because that'll be 3 more added to the list. How sad is that? The amount of people. That is, yeah, heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. But if we all behave ourselves, he says, playing on the back streets, if we all behave ourselves, then what we're in now, April, couple of months maybe, couple of months we might be somewhere back to, I was going to say normality, but who am I kidding? It's never really going to happen, is it? Normality. If we're lucky, we'll have a lot more people going back to work and trying to refloat the economy, and as long as we carry on behaving ourselves, we should be okay. But this weekend just gone, the amount of people that are congregating in parks and sunbathing on the beach, you got to follow the guidelines, people. I mean, I know I'm bending the rules slightly with the commuting, but I am commuting. And it's way too short, especially the weekend just gone. I mean, it was roasting hot, and just hearing the bikes going past, whether they were going to the shops or whether they were ignoring the guidelines and out having fun, bastards, so jealous. It was just such the weekend for hooning about on the back streets. It really was. But no, I built my shed instead. I built some of my shed, not shed, workshop. Built some of my workshop, so I achieved. So yeah, I'll add in a bit of footage of that for those that are interested in seeing a fat bloke huffing and puffing whilst building the shed. I wasn't huffing a puffing. You're not allowed to do that to puffins. That's well, I don't know whether it's illegal. Wow, perhaps isolation could be a lot more fun. I'll have to check eBay for some puffins to do some huffing. Yeah, huffing and puffing, building shed panels, building a flat pack shed, workshop. But yes, that was my weekend, and I do hope you guys out there are staying safe and obeying the rules, so you do survive, and then perhaps next summer we can have a right old blast. Oh, I bet he's running his in as well. Or could he? 19 at the start of the year, and he must have done his. What is it, 790? Anyway, he says planning the overtake. Oh, here it comes. Anyway, that's possibly enough from me. So, yes, stay safe, and as much as possible, stay isolated. Stay away from them crazy mouth breathers. Oh, left that a bit late. But yes, that's enough from me. Stay safe, stay away from the sneezers and the coughers of the world, and any crowds. Don't go near crowds. or shops, or shops with crowds, or crowded shops. Oh my God, you just can't go anywhere these days. Anyway, stay safe, ride safe, don't be caught. I'll see you later. Ta-ra.